If you've ever been on the internet for more than 10 minutes, you may know about the site 4chan. Now, why is this website significant? Well, it's the birthplace of many funny or disturbing posts, and also the birthplace of many controversies. Now, personally, I don't use 4chan, but the websites are not unfamiliar to lots of disturbing posts. Today, I have 6 posts from 4chan for you today. So grab a snack, grab a beer, and let's learn some interesting posts from the internet. First of all, I'd like to take a moment to say that we're getting to some serious stuff. Topics like suicide, sex trafficking, minors, and more will be mentioned. If you are uncomfortable with any of these, please skip this video. And with all that out the way, let's get into our first 4chan post. X Unsolved Murder. This refers to a post made on the X board of 4chan, or the paranormal board. A 4chaner had been asking if anybody knew where this photo came from. He had seen it on an iceberg, and it had the name of Moman Tunnels. And don't worry, the kid in the back is not dead. And I'm saying this for legal reasons. I really don't know if he is or isn't. While looking into the photo and the story to go with it, I wasn't able to find much, but I was able to find out where the photo was taken. In the post of the 4chaner asking where the photo came from, he mentions the location of the Moman Tunnel, a road tunnel that was once a part of the city's railway system. But where they took the photo exactly is unknown. As you can see, it looks like there's a huge field in the back, and I would imagine that it would have been taken past the bridge, but other than that, there really isn't anything, leaving that this may be just an unsolved murder case, or just a really, really weird photo shoot. Eratus. This whole thing is a rabbit hole. I'll cover a little bit of it, but watch Blame It on Jorge's video of Eratus for the full scoop. Basically, Eratus is a whole rabbit hole following over multiple websites and YouTube pages. It started when a user on the X board of 4chan, or the paranormal board, had summarized a conversation they had with a homeless girl worker that was in a band about a phrase on a tape gun saying Eratus. They asked their manager, and the manager said that they should throw it away immediately. Looking more into it, they found out that it was a word on an old computer system that would immediately fire workers if they searched it up. The thing is interlinked with many people, from a man named Todd Ellsworth to a YouTuber who's obsessed with Jurassic Park. The thing is totally confusing and deserves its own video. But again, I would highly recommend to watch Blame It on Jorge's video about it. It really goes in depth about everything. Jeffrey Epstein is dead. This refers to a post made on the /poll board, or most well known as the politically correct board on the site. At around 4:28 a.m., a post was made saying, "Don't ask me how I know, but Epstein died an hour ago by hanging and cardiac arrest. Screen cap this." Of course, no one believed the 4chan user, but surely enough, an hour later, he was correct.
According to NBC News, multi-millionaire Jeffrey Epstein has died by suicide in his jail cell. Reports say Epstein was found dead in his New York cell this morning. Epstein was being held there on sex trafficking.
Jeffrey Epstein did die in his prison cell. No one knows how the user got this information, but he was right a whole hour before the press. IP trackers tracked his location to NYC and someone who works in the medical field, but how he was able to know is unknown. Personally, I think that he had an insight on the prison, but it still remains an interesting mystery. What does SlashB keep in their freezer? SlashB is probably the most famous and infamous 4chan board, as many things have happened on that board, but this one happened in the great year 2007. A 4chaner had asked, "What does SlashB keep in their freezer?" And many responses were said, like cyberpunk, cake, urine, and even Bambi's mom. Someone had sent as a joke a body. The OP of the post then quoted the user's post by saying, "Correct," and sends a picture of what appears to be a cut-off leg that seems to be skinned. The board goes crazy over this, and they ask to see a specific part of the body. He sends it, and after this, he hasn't been heard from again. Now, whose body was that? How did they get it? No one knows who it is or how they got it, but it definitely stands as one of 4chan's most disturbing posts. Emily Sander. The murder of Emily Sander is truly an interesting case. Emily Sander was an ex-porn star that was murdered in Kansas, and from the spot of her murder, she was buried around 50 miles away from where she was murdered. In November of 2007, a 4chan post was made saying, "If anyone can guess their post number, I'll show you where she's buried," and had a picture of Emily attached. A user finally guessed it, and they dropped the coords 37.761962 north and 96.210194 west. And as you can see here, it's in the middle of a field in Kansas. Then, the police were called and found Emily Sanders' dead body. The FBI got involved and found the suspect, Israel Morales, in a place in Mexico. Currently, he's in jail in Kansas and serving a life sentence without parole, much like Trey Seltzer from my last video. Talk with a dead man. One of the saddest posts I've ever seen. This man told his story about Jeffrey Epstein and how he was a worker of Jeffrey Epstein. He started the post by saying he was going to commit suicide after he made the post and sent his experience as a worker for Mr. Epstein to major news companies like CNN and Fox News. The whole story is about 26 minutes long, and I will not be reading it, but I will link a video in the description. Basically, he told his experiences on how he worked for Jeffrey from around 2013 to 14. He described all the odd jobs he did and how he worked for different families and such. The trauma that this man had was some that this man couldn't take anymore. He ended off by saying he would be back as he goes to grab some liquor from the store before it closes. He answered 2 questions, but after this, he wasn't heard from again. The actual evidence that the man had sent to the companies got Jeffrey Epstein's assistant, Ghislaine Maxwell, I know I probably butchered that, but after that, the evidence never seemed to go outside of the news stations that received it, making this one of 4chan's most disturbing posts. Hey y'all, so I normally say like a lot of stuff. Man, stop the outro. So I normally say stuff at the end of my videos and everything, but I don't think that'll happen today, other than just basic like thank y'all for watching and everything. But I'd like to thank y'all all for the support recently. It's been insane. We're about to hit 800 subscribers. That's awesome to me. And yeah, y'all are awesome and beautiful. I thought I would let y'all know that y'all are awesome, beautiful, and everything, and that y'all should have a great night and day. Yeah. Anyways, thank y'all for watching, and I will see y'all later. Goodbye. All right, you can resume the outro now.